Welcome, you're watching Vox News, your daily evening news with Rita Kamkumo. Our headlines today: South Africa suspends the start of its COVID-19 vaccinations with the AstraZeneca vaccine as a result of a new study. African leaders commit to tackling coronavirus and security issues on the continent at a virtual summit. Somalia misses its deadline to hold presidential elections. Opposition leaders say they no longer recognize President Farmaajo. Our top story today: South Africa said on Sunday they would suspend the start of its coronavirus vaccinations with the AstraZeneca vaccine after a study by the University of Witwatersrand in Johannesburg showed the drug failed to prevent mild and moderate cases of the COVID-19 variant that has emerged in the country. According to Health Minister Zweli Mkhize, more study is necessary regarding the efficacy of the vaccine.
And we are uncertain about the impact of the vaccine that it will have on hospitalization, severe diseases, and death. Excuse me. This means that what we will take from Professor Shabir Madhi is that some more work needs to be done on this issue, because the results from other countries have been quite satisfactory, but there are issues in South Africa that we need to study a bit more.
South Africa was due to start its vaccination campaign in the upcoming days with 1 million doses of the vaccine developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford. However, vaccine deliveries from other producers should soon be available in the continent's hardest hit country, allowing the campaign to move forward.
There are discussions going on Sputnik V. There are discussions going on the Sinopharm. The department and the Ministerial Advisory Committee are dealing with that. There are discussions that are going on with Moderna, and we will also need to explore on Novavax, because that one had not been much of discussion. So the discussion on all of them remains open.
AstraZeneca said on Monday that none of the 2,000 participants who took part in the trial developed severe symptoms, implying that the vaccine would still be efficient on severe illness. More data is still needed to make a definitive judgment. African leaders committed to tackling coronavirus and security issues on the continent at an African Union virtual summit which took place over the weekend. The newly appointed African Union chairperson, Congolese President Félix Tshisekedi, stressed the importance of a united approach to handle the pandemic successfully and improve security in Africa, in remarks concluding the summit.
This summit was a major challenge to prove our common desire to consider the future from the angle of action and efficiency. I welcome all the strong and exemplary acts of our meeting, in particular the smooth and efficient organization of the elections within the framework of the renewal of the positions of responsibility within the organs of our organization. During our discussions, it was noted on various occasions that the will and the effort that's currently being mobilized to build a solid foundation is being threatened in various regions of the continent by the challenge of security. We are all aware that our continent must fight tenaciously and as one to face the difficult effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. To get out of this, Africa must assert itself as united, strong, together, stable, and prosperous. The results recorded during this session show that our continent will embark on the paths of progress, emergence, and rebirth more than it has ever done.
The two-day summit came nearly exactly a year after Egypt registered the first coronavirus case in Africa. Meanwhile, the chairperson of the African Union's Commission, Mouhammad, was re-elected for a second four-year term on Saturday. The former Prime Minister of Chad was running unopposed in the contest to head the restructured executive body. He was re-elected with 51 votes out of 55 member states. In Somalia, opposition leaders have ceased to recognize Mohamed Abdullahi Farmaajo as president after his mandate expired this Monday without a deal on a path toward the holding of presidential elections to replace him. They announced on Sunday evening that their decision will be effective as of this Monday, the 8th of February, saying that they would not accept any form of mandate extension through pressure. The opposition's statement comes after Farmaajo's government and the leaders of the country's 5 semi-autonomous regions failed to break a deadlock over how to proceed with national elections. Somalia was due to hold indirect, legislative and presidential elections by the 8th of February, but the deadline was missed as President Farmaajo and regional leaders quarreled over how to run the vote. In Benin, a presidential candidate, Ganyu Soglo, was injured after shots were fired at his vehicle on Friday night, soon after he filed his papers for the country's next presidential election scheduled in April. The former minister and son of former President Nicéphore Soglo was wounded on the way to his farm in the Avagbe village near the capital city. After receiving treatment at a Cotonou hospital, he later issued a statement saying that nothing will undermine his commitment to freedom. The police have since opened an investigation.
Investigations are ongoing. All the hypotheses will be studied in order to elucidate this case and refer the subsequent investigation procedure to the public prosecutor.
Soglo is one of the 19 candidates standing for the 11th of April election, including the outgoing president, Patrice Talon. Many opposition figures in the country are either in exile or have been barred from running in the upcoming presidential election, prompting criticism over a perceived crackdown under President Talon. In Chad, the ruling party on Saturday endorsed President Idriss Déby Itno's bid for a 6th term in office in the presidential election planned for the 11th of April. The 68-year-old former army chief has been in power for over 3 decades and enjoys the support of the international community, which sees him as a key ally in the fight against jihadists in the restive Sahel region.
The trust you have decided to place in my humble person as an extension of my current mission has a profound meaning. I would therefore like to thank each and every one of you for this sublime mark of trust.
Opposition figures in the country had called for protests against Déby Itno's candidacy on Saturday, but the demonstrations have been banned by the authorities over an alleged risk to public order. President Déby Itno is expected to face a joint opposition candidate in the upcoming presidential election after 12 opposition parties announced last week that they would field a joint candidate against him in the upcoming vote and signed an agreement creating an electoral coalition called Victory Alliance. Last but not least, on the football scene, Morocco on Sunday evening became the first back-to-back winners of the African Nations Championship when they defeated Mali 2-0 in the final in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé. It was, however, the second African Nations Championship final loss for Mali after 2016, a hard blow for the Eagles supporters.
We wanted to win this cup, but we didn't play too badly because in this kind of situation, often the experienced get the better of the inexperienced. That's what beat us. Look at the 2 Moroccan goals. These were standard situations. Otherwise, it was Mali who played football.
Frankly, Mali played well, but unfortunately luck was not on our side. They deserved this victory, but it's destiny.
We are satisfied They played well. Even if the first half was a bit difficult, they scored 2 beautiful goals. Long live Morocco.
I don't know what to say. It certainly hurts. But I don't blame Mali players because they really gave it their all. That's the least we can say, actually. God wanted it to be Morocco, so that's it.
Thank you to Cameroon for the hospitality. Fair play above all. The competition is well organized. It's a test ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations. We are sure it will be a success with 24 teams here. Everything will be fine. The Cameroonians are happy. We are happy. Thank you. Thank you.
It wasn't a great disappointment for me. I already knew Morocco's level, where they have a very strong league while other African countries didn't hold one. So for me, they deserved the victory.
Morocco players won 5 of 6 matches throughout the tournament. The Atlas Lions managed to score 15 goals and conceded just 3. That's it for today. Thank you for watching Vox News.